I would swipe right indefinitely.
Yeah.
Like, I would get the knee pads out. That's all I gotta say. I need you to do better for yourself, Whimsy,
I
please.
know. I know. I need self-respect. Hey
Hi.
everybody, welcome back. This is Any Mutuals. I'm Whimsy or Black Whimsy, aka this is my 7th time loop as a villainess. And
And I am Satoru Gojo's wife, Namu. And today we have a special topic. It's actually one of our favorites. We are talking about husbandos and waifus. The thirst is real, so we like to call it. No matter who and what anime you watch, you have a husband or a waifu. You may not like have feelings towards them or anything, but there's a character that you like have some sort of inkling of a liking to. And back in the day, it used to be looked down upon as cringe, or
I
you can even
agree. I like
yeah.
that if you've been in like the anime game for long enough, you've seen the change. Like I feel like before it was like your husbando or your waifu, that's disgusting. It was like old guys with like little girls on pillows. But I feel like finally we see the change. Now we see like some fine ass men that are on the body pillows. So
Absolutely. Like, you can go to any convention now and go to the dealer's room and find everyone and anyone on a body pillow. Unfortunately, there are some people that are a little too young on a body pillow, but our good-looking husbandos and wonderful-looking waifus are on the pillows now as well.
I agree. So, to start us off, to get us in the mood for this episode, we have a quick little game. So, basically, we both chose 5 anime characters, and we're going to decide whether we would swipe left or right. So, this is Anime Tinder.
My first anime Tinder that I created was Satoru Gojo. So tell me, Whimsy, this fine young 29-year-old who's a special grade jujutsu sorcerer who lives in Tokyo, would you swipe left or right?
I'm just saying, you'll be lying if you're saying you're swiping left. I'm swiping right. Let's be real here. Let's be honest here. He's him. He's him. And he's not my type at all. I hate a slutty man, right? I hate him. But him, it's because he can back it up. Like when he says I'm the strongest sorcerer,
He means it. He
means
knows it.
He
Like
knows it.
yes,
He
he
knows he's fine.
absolutely knows
Would
what
you
he's
swipe left
talking
or
about.
right?
I would swipe right indefinitely.
Yeah.
Like, I would get the knee pads out. That's all I gotta say.
That's too funny. So my first character that I want to see if he would swipe left or right on would be Ging Fress. He's a hunter and deadbeat dad. If you don't know, this is the character from Hunter x Hunter, his dad. So you swiping left or right?
Okay, so if I didn't know that he was a hunter or a deadbeat dad, if I just, on Twitter, not Twitter, if I'm on Tinder and the face alone is an immediate left, I'm sorry. It doesn't look like he showered. He looked like a homeless bum from like Miami or something. Like, he don't look like he got nothing to his name. He trying to holler at everyone at a gas station, and I'm not here for it.
I feel like that's on brand for his character too. Like when I think about his character in the anime, I'm like, nah, that's him. That's him right there.
That's, if you go into the dictionary and look up deadbeat dad, that's who you see. That face alone, right there.
I feel like maybe I would swipe right if I was in a good mood swiping that day. Because you know what? That's not my dad. What that got to do with me? So
I need you to do better for yourself, Whimsy, please.
I know. I know. I need self-respect. But I don't have it. I have daddy issues. This is just too much.
Okay, so you and both of y'all be perfect for each other, and I hope I get an invitation to the wedding, but please no baby shower, like, because we already know what's gonna happen.
Yep.
If it goes past marriage. So the next person that I decided to make a Tinder profile for was our wonderful Lord Frieza, the wonderful emperor of planet Frieza, planet Vegeta, depending on who you ask. He's 50 years old. So tell me, Whimsy, left or right?
Left. I am. Frieza just seems a little too full of themselves. I feel like that's a turnout. That's a left. The 50 age, that wouldn't be the reason that I'm not swiping on him. I think it was his personality. I think I would be like, I bet his bio would say like, you wish you could be with me. Like, I feel like that's the kind of vibes that goes off. I know you're a DBZ van. So
I mean, he got the money, he got the royalty, he has
that's all
minions,
and
he has the planet. You can rule the galaxy by his side. Like, is that not enough for you?
Is he really? Because I could have sworn he lost. He got beat down. I could be wrong.
Okay, but
oh, you need to do better, Namu. You need to do better.
There are more important things, okay? I think
he looks short too.
He's a short king, okay? I think he like 4'2" or something like that.
That's a child.
No, we're not gonna be discriminating our short kings here, okay?
I'm sorry.
You leave Lord Frieza alone. I would also swipe left though.
All right, so let's see who's next. I chose this character, Killer Whale Hero guy from My Hero Academia, because I've seen like videos where people are like, this is my hear me out character. So I just want to know, is this your hear me out character right here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is one of my favorite pro heroes from My Hero Academia. I love Gang Orca. He is a great character, and I love all like sea life and mammals and everything. So like, it's just.
So why are you swiping left? The suit. What does it for you? The suit, the tallness, the hero capabilities.
Yes.
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 Okay. I can do it.
Swipe right. I'm about to hand out the wedding invitations, okay?
Damn, okay. Okay. All right. As for me, I feel like it would depend on the day. I feel like when I think of like men in suits, it reminds me of like Hotep men, like that whole thing. So I'm like, maybe not. But at the same time, you know, he a hero, so that's a plus. He got a job. Obviously.
Yeah, he's making that money. He's a literal hero, and he's making money from saving the world from villains every day. Like, there's nothing more that you need.
You know what's the craziest thing? Like his tie, I thought that was his tongue, and I was like, swipe right, let's go. But I was like, oh no, that's just his tie. I was like, oh. Yeah, so it looks like it.
It does. To be honest, he should have chose like a different color tie or something. I don't know, maybe like yellow or like a purple or something that doesn't like, you know, it's a nice contrast to the suit, but doesn't be the same color as a tongue.
All right.
So the next profile is Kaname from Vampire Night, and like, you know, if you're related, you know, swipe right.
That's what I was about to say. I'm not related to him, so I can swipe right. Yuki,
I don't think
on the other hand,
he might not be interested though if you're not related to him in any way.
I was Team Zero when Vampire Night came out. I couldn't stand him. Then I learned that they were related. I couldn't stand him even more. But he's fine. Like, look at that. Shoujo boys, the way they're drawn. Like, that's it. Swiping right. What about you?
Absolutely. Yep. Absolute swipe right. Like, I don't know, he's just drawn the way that I was interested in as a kid. We're not gonna talk about his love for relatives and his age and his vampirism, but just, you know, as a man, that's a swipe right.
Yeah, I agree. He feels like he would have his profile, he would have Yuki in every picture, and you'd be like, who is this? Siblings are dating, like, for real?
He'd be like, oh no, that's just my little cousin. It's just like, Sweet Home Alabama?
Yes. But he's fine, I can't deny it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you ready for my next one?
Yes.
So I chose Mikasa from Attack on Titan. You know, she's a Scout Regiment Special Operation in the Scout Regiment Special Operations Squad. She lives in Aaron's basement. And are you swiping left or right?
The location alone is a swipe left.
That's her
Cause
man.
that's a, and if that was her man, then why is she on Tinder? Because unless she's looking for a throuple situation,
Someone didn't see the end of Attack on Titan.
I have not. That's for sure. But I'm not sure if I want to swipe right on someone that's living in the basement alone without a good reason. I'm sorry.
I agree. I like Mikasa's character. Honestly, there's that speech. I don't know if you remember. It was like a very popular audio where she's like, "Choose your side, Krista." Well, how does it go? It's like, "Pick your side, Krista. Are you with me or with that bitch I'm gonna kill?" And I remember that. I remember listening to that. My jaw dropped, and I was like, "I love her. I love her."
I feel like she's a little too obsessed, over
That's my type.
another particular man, and I don't want to compete for attention. So it's a swipe left,
Okay.
unfortunately. And she's
Self-respect.
pretty. She's pretty, and her convictions are very strong.
But she can't get over her ex, so I get it.
Calcifer from House Moving Castle.
I'm gonna go with swiping right, and you're gonna say that is Howl Pentadragon's heart. That is him, and I love me some Howl, so I would swipe right. But if I just saw this, I would think this was like a meme profile. Like, what the hell is this? And I also find Calcifer annoying a little bit in the movie. So I think I'll swipe left. See, because right because it's his heart and I love him. But then left because it's also just Calcifer. Like, do I want to live my life like Calcifer? Complaining all the time?
It looked like, breakfast would taste delicious, though. Always.
Well, I don't eat breakfast. I'm not a breakfast girly.
So
he does have nothing to offer me.
Maybe lunch.
Maybe brunch. Okay, I'll do a brunch.
Yeah, there, and he'll be like, you wouldn't have to ever worry about, oh, should I check when the food is ready now, or like have a timer or something. He would let you know. Like, I feel like it's perfect for food.
I agree. Just food. I feel like their love language is like acts of service. So like, possible again.
Yeah.
I have low standards.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we asked our community, as usual, a whole bunch of questions related to our topic, and I was thinking was starting off with the most important question: what is your anime type? And when we talk about anime type, I'm talking about like the stoic, the yanderes, the mysterious type. Like when you are watching anime and you are given the whole cast or the villains, and you're like, that's the one right there. What is your anime type? And for me, it was like actually kind of hard to like figure out what my type is, because they're kind of like all over the place. I like me a little bit of Spike Spiegel, and I like myself a little Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. Both different spectrums.
Yeah,
but I think
they're both very confident.
They are. I don't know, something about the smoothness of Spike, and he's just mysterious. You don't really know much about his past, but he definitely knows how to show you a good time. He's very respectful, and just that. But then on the other spectrum, he's a little shit, but I
loved him.
Appreciate his personality. Yeah,
you know what? I loved him. He was funny. I loved his relationship with his sister. That was really cute. I see that you're really a short king type of person. Just like the second character that's like under 4 feet.
Okay. Listen, I'm 5'2", so I am the towering girlfriend in this case, and I appreciate it for once.
Okay, go ahead. Well, that's cute. My anime type, I had to really think about it, but then I was like, I know my type. I love me an emo boy. I love me a dark-haired boy with some angst. Give it to me.
You like the problematic types.
I love Sasuke. I think it was
problematic.
I love Sasuke. I actually was gonna put like a yandere type because I do really like that. Like I've been reading a lot of manhwa with that kind of character type. I love it. There's actually a new anime that's gonna come out, Yakuza Fiance, that's gonna have one. I'm really excited to watch it because I feel like there's not a lot of good yandere characters out there. So I like yandere, but I also like a good emo boy kind of mean, don't care about girlies, because I told you I don't like an easy man. I also chose Hawk from Yona of the Dawn because he was a good man. Like, he stood by her through everything. And if you know, you know, there's a specific scene with Honey. I'm not gonna put any spoilers out there, but that was it for me.
I don't know. I actually had a big crush on Sasuke too as a kid, but I don't know. Something about that chip on his shoulder is enough to be like, I don't got time for this anymore.
I feel like you gotta be able to put him down a few pegs, you know?
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
we asked our community about this question as well, and we did get one answer, and it was like long-haired and pretty, and I love how they put the asterisk next to pretty. It's like emphasis, like they gotta be pretty. I need people to be confused looking at them, whether this character is a man, woman, or in between. I was spoiled from childhood seeing Yoko and Sesshomaru, and my own gender and presentation aesthetics lean heavily that way too. And something about the long hair, pretty characters, definitely top tier.
Yeah, I do like long hair people in real life. I think that's a slay. I like it. What other long hair characters do I know other than Sesshomaru? Inuyasha.
Most of them seem to be from Inuyasha from the top of my head, to be honest.
Like, I'm thinking.
Banko too, but that's also Inuyasha. Naraku had long hair, that's also Inuyasha.
I know the new Apothecary Diaries, Junshi has longer hair. But like, I guess androgynous characters.
Yeah. That reminds me, I remember a lot of people loved Haku from Naruto with his beautiful long hair as well.
I like
but
yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I respect it. I respect the desire.
The choices was made. I disagree, but choices were made.
At least I was surprised. I thought that someone was gonna be like, "Oh, my anime type is a man like that'll beat me," because that's like a type out here in these anime communities.
I'm sorry.
like a toxic man, and I'm like,
someone like who gonna yell at me constantly like Bakugo from My Hero.
Yeah, like, exactly. They're like, "Oh, Bakugo, that's my." He doesn't even like you.
He don't like no one, please.
Exactly. So this leads into our next question that we asked the community, and it was, who is your husbando? Who is the man that you will defend? And of course, I chose the one and only Howl. I just think I love him. I think the thing about Howl is I do not like his personality. He's vain. He's superficial. He's like flighty. He's a womanizer. But somehow, with all these bad characteristics, I'm still like, man, I wish I was Sophie. I really wish. I'm like, wow. Even with the way I think it was Christian Bale as his voice actor.
Yeah.
It does something. Yeah. So that's
I don't know.
That's my
I completely agree with you. I'm a shallow person. He is a very, very hot character, and I love How too, but also his personality is trash. But something about him waiting for Sophie all these years just to, go and meet her in the beginning of the movie after being told at the end of the movie, wait for me. Something about that's loyalty right there. Exactly. And I'm like, okay, how? Exactly. That's the type of husbando I need for sure. And speaking of loyalty, mine is All Might from My Hero Academia, because one, that is the hero. 2, man's got money. 3,
money, not every time it's money. This character got money. Okay.
He is loved by everyone, children, adults, old people. Even when he's sick and he's skinny and on his deathbed, he still got it. I'm sure. I love him. Okay, I will stand by this man. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I love it. I just really, really love his personality. I think he's a great character, and he's voiced by one of my favorite voice actors as well, English voice actor at that. So it's just topping them all up. I'm here for it. Great character.
I don't see, like, I wouldn't say I'm like attracted to All Might. I do enjoy his character. I think one of my favorite like scenes in anime in like the last decade is his fight scene with All for One, his final fight. That made me sob hysterically. But I want to be like, that's my man. Like, good for you, girl. Good for you.
Listen, I'm looking into the future, the long path with these husbandos, and I need to see a clear end goal. And I see it with all my.
And you also had someone else, I see.
Yeah. Satomaru. He was that was mostly like when I was a kid, honestly. So going back to the previous person's response about long hair and pretty, I always had the biggest crush on Satomaru when I was a kid. And I always preferred him over Inuyasha. If I want to be super honest, it was like Bankotsu, Koga, Sesshomaru, then Inuyasha. But
I liked Inuyasha a lot.
He was too annoying and he was too wishy-washy on his feelings for Kagome.
No, he wasn't. I said he was not wishy-washy. People be saying that.
There's too many times he was like Kikyo and like forget that Kagome was even a person.
Imagine your ex set you up. You asleep. You wake up. You're like, where is she? If I saw her, be like, girl, what you doing? I would chase her too to try to figure out what's going on.
I'm about to ghost her in the Edo period. That's all it is. I got a new chick who looked just like her. I am set. That's Inuyasha did not know what he had into the end, and it pissed me off.
Okay, I respect it. So we asked someone from our Annie Mutual community, and they said their husbando was Sebastian from Black Cutler. I'm sorry. So this person chose Sebastian from Black Butler because I absolutely love how wicked he is, but also has a good heart. I don't think those are a good heart and wicked. I don't really see those characteristics.
I don't know about that one.
I've never seen Black Butler, but I know they were going crazy feral for that man back in the day.
Oh my God, yes.
Him and that little boy, I saw everywhere.
Every convention I went to, I've seen the entire cast for cosplayers. Like Black Butler was like top tier back in the early and mid 2000s. That was the top husbando for that generation. I never seen Black Butler either, but I've seen quite a few scenes, and I can see the appeal, the aesthetic.
Yeah, I could
personally not really for me though.
Like, he's fine. Like, I get it. But, you know, he seems a little too devious. Like,
yeah.
Nah. But to each its own.
Yeah. There was another response. And someone said, most recently, Jinshi from Apothecary Diaries. Not only does he fit my usual aesthetic type, his mind is a lot sharper than most in-universe realize because all they see is his pretty face. And I have to admit, that's a pretty face right there.
That is a pretty face. I love Apothecary Diaries. It's like literally one of my favorite series right now. So I really like Jinji. He also gives me like golden retriever vibes, like like Tamaki. So I definitely see it. He's a good man. Have you seen Apothecary Diaries yet?
No, but I've been told by many folks from my community that it's an anime I probably would enjoy, and it's on my list coming up soon.
Okay. So when you get to it, we'll circle around and you tell me, do you find him fine?
I'm just looking right now, definitely top tier. That's in my category of men that I like from anime already.
I like it. I see like a lot of conversations that he's a very touchy character, and people are like, red flag. Like, yeah, he'd be touching her a little too much, but I think if you're fine, you can do it.
So now we talk about the husbandos, but there's also waifus, and those are just as important to talk about.
Yes.
And when I'm talking about like my waifus, it was hard to think because I don't actually have that many waifus, and a lot of my husbandos and waifus are actually from video games, not anime. So I actually had to like really think, and I was like, what's the anime I've been really binging recently? And it was JJK. And I was like, you know, Nobara Kugisaki is actually a really, really fun character. I actually really like her. I think she's really cool. I like her personality too. Like, she's like super, like, it's all about looks and face and everything. And I need to go shopping, but also don't talk shit to me at all. I'm here for my friends. I'm here for my schooling, and I'm also here to go shopping. And I like that. I think she's a really, really fun character. I think she would be Yeah, she would be up there for the waifus. And then I was also thinking about like other characters, and I was like, maybe Nico Robin from One Piece. I think she's a really, really cool, laid back, calm character. She loves books. She loves archaeology, which she's an archaeologist. She loves exploring and stuff like that. And after finding her will to live in One Piece, she's a really, really cool, fun character. And I also like her double free powers. Yeah.
See, she's waifu material. Quick question: who do you ship Robin with?
Frankie.
I was gonna say that's all I see out here.
yeah. I mean, I can't. Maybe Zoro, but like not really anyone else. But I just feel like the connection was there with Frankie during her the Enies Lobby arc in One Piece.
Okay. Well, my waifu list, it's a little more devious, I have to say.
I'm starting to see a type for you. For sure.
Definitely. So my waifu is Yuri from Bleach. That scene where she's in the bath and when she's training Ichigo in the arc, and you find out that she's not a cat, that she's a woman, and she was fine as hell, and she was black, and she had the melanin. I was like, I need her. I want her. I was no better than any man watching that. I was no better. And I love her character. I think she's super cool. Interesting. I like her whole character arc. And she's black, so that's a 10 in my books.
Right. She's also really strong too.
Yeah.
And she was the head of her division in Soul Society. So like, this, the accolades are piling up for Yuri.
And I also chose Nana. And it's funny because I'm rewatching the Nana series now. And I chose Nana because she just was so cool. Like, I'm telling you, like the whole conversation, like she loves the Sex Pistols and cigarettes and Vivian Westwood. And I was like, that is a cool girl. I was like, she is cool as hell. And I was always like, I wished I wanted to be like her. So I really liked her character. I was like, even though I really like Hachi too, but I really enjoy her character. I think she's really cool, very interesting. I think she goes for what she wants. And it's like that whole, there is a quote from Nana where Hachi's like, if Nana was a man, she'd be the love of my life. And that's what I think about. I was like, you know what? Maybe, yeah.
Same. I get it. Our community also answered this question, and someone said Nami, but their reasoning was actually really funny. They said orange is my favorite color, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I see it. Nami's a cool character. She's fun. She's money hungry, but she's also super loyal to the Straw Hats and all of their friends and such. So I can see it.
Yeah, her waist is literally 2 inches, so like that's definitely a plus.
Within 2 years, her boobs got way too big, but I'm here for it. She has some really cute outfits though throughout the entire series. I'm here for that.
I like that they change outfits. I know she's definitely an icon.
I wish more anime did that. Change outfits throughout the series. There's not too many I can think off the top of my head. Like Sailor Moon does it.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can think of immediately.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Oh, Card Capture Sakura. Then she changed.
Yeah.
Sakura changed every time she fought.
All right. So this next question is actually, we're getting into some drama here because we asked, what is everyone's husbando or waifu that's at the bottom of your list? So that's someone that everyone loves and you hate. So I had to go ahead and I chose 2 characters. I don't know why people do this. I don't know why this man even comes up in any conversation about Fine. But Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter needs a restraining order in place for him. He needs to
honestly,
I can't stand him. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I did not see what people see in this man here. He's lusting after literal children. And
he's like, unless they got a clown fetish, but there's better clowns than that.
I'm uncomfortable in his presence.
Yes, that's he made me uncomfortable. And he was very like, I don't know, but people love him. They're like, oh my god, Hisoka's so fine. Oh my, where? With his little slick back? Stop.
I actually saw someone cosplaying as Hisoka, and her kids were gone and Kila, and I'm like, this is inappropriate, and I don't like what is happening here, and I am going to be calling Child Protective Services in a minute, to be honest.
Yeah. So the other character I chose was Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's not that he's not physically fine. It's just like when people thirst after him, I was like, first off, he's kind of like a side character. I'm like, he's not even here for that long. And he is literally a villain, like the villain. I don't know if you've seen, he literally pew-pewed a girl.
Yeah, he almost killed his son, so that was the thing. But I'm sorry, but
he didn't remember his kids.
He on that list for me. He's
They asked him, they're like, Omega B. He was like, who's that? It took him a second to think about who his child was.
Megami still didn't even know who he was right until the end.
You know, I feel like being a bad dad is it brought him down. I was like, you guys like him?
Right. I'm sorry. I like Toji. Toji's at the top. I don't know. Like I said before, I'm a shallow person. If he gets rid of the worm, the demon, the cursed worm there, everything else, maybe this knife too, because I feel threatened by that. But I think Toji's Toji's at the top of my list for me.
All right, so go ahead. You tell me yours.
And it's so funny to go along the same lines as JJK. I think Nanami actually is a little overrated. He's a great character. I like him. I like his personality. He's like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want a vacation. I completely agree. But aesthetically, he's not my type.
I get aesthetically, but he is so fine. I really like they you know what I like about Jujutsu Kaisen? They be sexualizing the guys too. Like they be doing a little extra.
They absolutely do. The fan service is strong for both sides in JJK.
I feel like comparatively, if we're talking about girl fan service, that's literally like boobs this big, like going like this. But for like boy fan service, I'm like, okay, he showed a little shoulder, his little abs. Okay, he pulled. Did you see the whole phenomenon where people were like asking like Nanami cosplayers to grab them by their hair?
Yes. And I am so upset that I missed that like phase or whatever, because I didn't watch JJK at the time. But now I actually recently just finished binge watching it, and I was like, oh, this is what everyone was going crazy about, and I'm upset that I wasn't there to also ask Nanami cosplayers. But
you would ask. I would be like,
I would.
All I need is this in my digital footprint, and I'm done. Imagine like your mama, what's this picture? Oh, hell, that's me back in the day. I asked
well, back in my day, there was quite the thing called kinks at anime conventions.
Oh my goodness, that is too funny. So I believe, okay, so someone responded within the community, which I thought was really, we're back on a Jujutsu Kaisen. It's been back to back to back. I think because it's like the hot anime for this season. So a person said that their character that they didn't like was Gojo. So they said recently Gojo from JJK, aesthetically, I can see the appeal. Personality-wise, not so much. He's an amazing character in his own right, but something about him just doesn't hit for me. At least they admit that it's not the fact that he's not fine. It's his personality that's like the,
I get it. He's a lot. He's a lot. He's way too cocky. He's the type who will over-talk you in a conversation. But I will have to disrespectfully disagree with this answer, because Gojo is top tier. I see it. This Nanami's down here, Gojo's up here. Like, I get it. I'm here. I don't know if it's the baby blue eyes, is the white hair, or I do like that cockiness of him. I like a cocky character.
I do like it too.
One that can back it up too. Exactly. Who's cocky and who actually knows that they can do it. Like, I love Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, and he's super cocky, but he can't ever win a fight. And Gojo is all that, but wins the fights.
Okay. I feel like with Gojo too, he's just, if you don't watch a lot of anime, or like that's not your genre, this type of character is very rarely in like any other form of media. Like, you know, like I feel like there's certain like obviously types in anime, and he's like a very specific kind of character, like a little insane, little god complex, a little full of himself. And if you're not used to it, I could see where people are like, oh my God, that's weird. But then people who like us are like, damn, please use your six
I
eyes
need more
on
of
me.
this. Right. I need more of this character, please.
That is too funny. That was fun. I thought that was a lot of fun talking about these husbandos and waifus. Go ahead.
There's actually one more. And someone said, Power, not a fan of Chainsaw Man. And I don't know, me personally, Chainsaw Man's great and all, but the art style is just not it for me.
Oh.
So most of the characters is not even a thought process when thinking about husbandos or waifus.
I feel like Power is like a character where you're like, oh, the precious one that you're like, oh, I would hate for anything bad to happen to her. I feel like she's very like childish. That's her personality. So I can see why people are like, I wouldn't call that my waifu. So usually it's Makima that I see in Chainsaw Man where people are like, oh, that's my mother. That's my mom, mommy. Like they really be going mad hard like that.
They really do. I don't know. So maybe I need to watch more Chainsaw Man. It's not hitting me. It's not. But maybe a couple more episodes down the line, I'm like, you know what? This is it.
Please. I remember reading Chainsaw Man because it was like everyone was like, read. It was before the anime came out. Read Chainsaw Man. It's amazing. It's oh my god. When I tell you, I read it like the whole each chapter. I'm like, what the hell is this? I was disgusted.
Was it grabbing you?
It made me uncomfortable.
Oh,
Violence, disturbing imagery. I was like, I don't like what they were doing to my poor little baby Denki. Right, that's his name. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have another fun segment for today's episode. We are actually going to be ranking on a tier list, basically the finest men in the anime. And it's going to be fun because we have certain categories. On the top, it is Damn Zaddy. Below is he cute or whatever. That's like, all right, they're cute.
Yeah.
I'll respect it. Not my type, but that's what I'll do.
Exactly.
We have the friend zone, which is like, no, we don't see them like that. We also have yellow, which is hear me out. And that's basically, that's our last ditch effort. And then we have police at the end. And I already see some police characters that I want to put in there right now. So we're gonna take turns. So I'm gonna choose the tier list. Let me pick someone that I would put higher up. You know what? Actually, let me put one on the bottom. Endeavor can go to police. Endeavor,
just that man needs to go to jail for what's happened. One of the major villains of the series is a villain because of Endeavor.
I was gonna say he's the reason people are dying in these streets.
Yeah.
This is for men. You guys need to be better fathers so we don't have serial killers.
I'd rather you be a deadbeat than Endeavor.
At least just get out of their life then if you're just gonna be a bad dad.
Yeah.
So who are you choosing on the tier list?
So I see my man Vegeta there. Absolutely.
Where are you putting him?
Zaddy, absolutely. Short king here. Short king. I'm going back to my short men here. Listen, he's loyal. He's the prince of all Saiyans. Okay? And he's a great father. He may have knocked Trunks out when he was a kid to protect them, but that's a different story. He's loyal to his children. He
loves his wife.
He loves his wife, absolutely. He's super cocky. He unfortunately does not know how to back it up, but I'm here for the cockiness.
I like the cockiness. I like his speeches. I've been believing in him. He'd be going mad hard, and I really think he's gonna do something, and he doesn't.
Absolutely, yeah.
I could see it. I won't put him any lower. I feel like he deserves it. He's a good man.
Yeah, definitely.
I won't change it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose my man Choji. And I'm gonna put him, he chose a black queen, so we have to
He
put
did.
him high. We have to. I always liked his character, even though beforehand, I think he was such a sweet character.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call him a zaddy, but I would say he's cute. Or would you put him lower? What do you think?
No, it's either that or Zaddy. Like, I have always been a big fan of Choji. Absolutely, he's one of my favorite characters from Naruto, but she got a lot more limelight in the series. But I think that's actually a pretty good spot. He is cute. He's cute.
Perfect. I agree. All right, what are you picking? Who's on your roster?
So I see Garp there. Second row.
This one?
Second to far right.
Oh, second to yes.
Yeah, Garp. Yeah. Garp, as much as I would love to put him as a hear me out, Mans needs to go to police because of him. Ace is dead. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of other people to be blamed, but if he was the perfect great grandfather that he should have been to Luffy and Ace, Ace might not have died. He might have been, walking alongside Luffy and the rest of the gang, but no, Garp had to be all pro Navy and stand to the side while his grandsons are literally fighting for their lives. As much as I love Garp, because of that, he's got to be at the bottom.
Can I disagree? Can I put him in Hear Me Out?
Okay.
Put Hear Me Out, because I do have to say, he told them boys, he said, stop rolling around with those pirates. They're gonna be the death of you. Don't be doing that. He told them, he was like, don't be a pirate. He warned them several occasions. He's like, I'm in the Navy. Don't do it. And guess what those two did? Three, technically. What they do? They became pirates after he goddamn said not to. So you telling me?
But he just sat there, like, come on, like,
you gotta stand 10 toes down. You told them not to do it.
He stood on business. He was like, okay, well, Ace, you about to die then. There's nothing else I'm gonna do about this.
But I will leave him in police because that was kind of messed up.
I'm sorry, that's like very shitty of him.
Exactly. All right, let's see who's on my list. Okay, I'm gonna put them in Damn Zaddy, and I do not remember his name, but he's from Food Wars, and he's his dad. And Food Wars is an atrocity of its own anime. But I want, like, all the moaning. I wanted to hear him moan, but we never got that. But
so, like, give me your full reasoning for this man being in Damn Zaddy.
I think he's just very rugged. Rugged. I think he's a good cook, obviously. That's it. He can cook. He look good. His body T, like. What do you think he's lower? Go ahead. What do you think?
No. I think he, like, look wise, I think he's right where he needs to be. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. I don't remember his personality. I feel like he was only around for a couple episodes, if I remember correctly. But I wrote him down in my little book when I saw him. I was like, okay, just so I know for the future.
Right. I see another one. I'm gonna stick with the One Piece train right now, and I see Shanks.
Oh.
And that's immediately Zaddy mode for me. Shanks has always been top tier.
Hohenheim. He's cuter, but
Hohenheim needed a police on that character. Hohenheim needs to be arrested. Because of him, the whole series happens.
Please, why am I adding all these bizarre characters?
So I think we made some really, really solid choices here. I'm here for Uncle Iroh being on Hear Me Out.
When he was in that jail cell.
But I think this is a great place to stop it, because we could be here all night and talk about all these characters and where they need to go. There's a lot more people who need to be on police.
Exactly. I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this episode of Anime Mutuals. We really appreciate the support, and thank you so much. If you want to show us some support, don't forget to follow us on all social media, BlackGirlGamers. And we have a lot of exciting things in the works for our vodcast and our podcast.
And don't forget to go to your Crunchyroll account and watch Jujutsu Kaisen and make sure that you watch Gojo properly and make sure that he's at the top of your husbando list.
Mhm.
Bye!
Bye!